A suspected Chinese intelligence asset developed extensive ties with local and national politicians, including a U.S. congressman, in what U.S. officials believe was a political intelligence operation run by China's main civilian spy agency between 2011 and 2015. The alleged operation offers a rare window into how Beijing has tried to gain access to and influence U.S. political circles. And this is courtesy of Axios. The woman at the center of the operation, a Chinese national named Fang Fang, or Christine Fang, targeted up-and-coming local politicians in the Bay Area and across the country who had the potential to make it big on the national stage. Through campaign fundraising, extensive networking, personal charisma, and romantic relationships with at least two Midwestern mayors, Fang was able to gain proximity to political power, according to current and former U.S. intelligence officials and one former elected official. Even though U.S. officials do not believe Fang received or passed on classified information, the case was a big deal because there were some really sensitive people that were caught up in the intelligence network, a current senior U.S. intelligence official said. Private but unclassified information about government officials, such as their habits, preferences, schedules, social networks, and even rumors about them, is a form of political intelligence. Collecting such information is a key part of what foreign intelligence agencies do. Among the most significant targets of Fang's efforts was Representative Eric Swalwell of California. Fang took part in fundraising activity for Swalwell's 2014 re-election campaign, according to a Bay Area political operative and a current U.S. intelligence official. Swalwell's office was directly aware of these activities on its behalf, the political operative said. That same political operative, who witnessed Fang fundraising on Swalwell's behalf, found no evidence of illegal contributions. Fang helped place at least one intern in Swalwell's office, according to those same two people, and interacted with Swalwell at multiple events over the course of several years. A statement from Swalwell's office provided to Axios said Representative Swalwell long ago provided information about this person, whom he met more than 8 years ago, and whom he hasn't seen in nearly 6 years, to the FBI. To protect information that might be classified, he will not participate in your story. Federal Election Commission records don't indicate that Fang herself made donations, which are prohibited from foreign nationals. So what actually happened? Amid a widening counterintelligence probe, federal investigators became so alarmed by Fang's behavior and activities that around 2015 they alerted Swalwell to their concerns, giving him what is known as a defensive briefing. Swalwell immediately cut off all ties to Fang, according to a current U.S. intelligence official, and he has not been accused of any wrongdoing. Fang left the country unexpectedly in mid-2015 amid the investigation. She did not respond to multiple attempts by Axios to reach her by email and Facebook. Now, Senator Rick Scott and others are calling for Swalwell to be removed from the House Intelligence Committee, noting that the congressman has access to information that could hurt us, given his alleged relationship with the Communist Party of China. The senator warned that Swalwell's got our most important secrets because he serves on the House Intelligence Committee. That is so basic. Nancy Pelosi cannot allow him to stay on the Intelligence Committee. Scott went on to say, Eric Swalwell has no place on the House Intelligence Committee. His reported ties to a Chinese spy backed by the Communist Party of China are shocking and show just how far President Xi is willing to go to gain access to critical U.S. intelligence. In his letter to Pelosi, Scott wrote, Representative Swalwell refuses to discuss the nature of his relationship with Christine Fang, and it's unclear whether he was communicating with her while he was a member of a House Intelligence Committee. To protect national security, I urge you to immediately remove Representative Swalwell from his seat on the House Intelligence Committee. Scott continued, Nobody who has access to our nation's most confidential intelligence should be allowed to maintain contact at any time with the Chinese Communist Party, especially considering that General Secretary Xi is actively working to undermine and harm American interests. On Wednesday, Pelosi spokesman Drew Hamill said the House Speaker has full confidence in Swalwell and his ability to serve on the Intelligence Committee. The case demonstrates China's strategy of cultivating relationships that may take years or even decades to bear fruit. The Chinese Communist Party knows that today's mayors and city council members are tomorrow's governors and members of Congress. In the years since the Fang probe, the FBI has prioritized investigations into Chinese influence operations, creating a unit in May 2019 within the Bureau solely dedicated to countering Beijing's activities at the state and local levels. U.S. national security officials believe that the threat posed by China has only grown with time. She was just one of a lot of agents, said a current senior U.S. intelligence official. Beijing is engaged in a highly sophisticated, malign foreign influence campaign, FBI Director Chris Wray said in a July 2020 speech. These efforts involve subversive, undeclared, criminal, or coercive attempts to sway our government's policies, distort our country's public discourse, and undermine confidence in our democratic processes and values, Wray said. So, was Swalwell unknowingly caught up with a Chinese spy? Or is there something more to the story? I'd like to know your thoughts on this in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. If you are finding it informative, please consider giving the channel a subscribe. And we're going to wrap up today's video with a series of interesting tweets. And I think that's a good place to wrap up today's video. I hope that you found it informative, and check back soon for more content.